Hello. Happy Sunday. Hope you guys are all well. I'm currently out at a new library that's opened up in Melbourne, and I'm recording in a pretty public space. But the good thing is, right now it's pretty quiet, and hopefully, I do not get kicked out for filming at this public library because I have a feeling they probably won't like that. But we'll go ahead anyway. Today, while it's on my mind, I just wanted to cover one of the main reasons that I wanted to start this YouTube journey as well, because I don't really think I've mentioned it in the other videos. And that's because when I was feeling a bit lost growing up, or I was looking for guidance, I didn't really know where to go. I didn't know what people to look up to, or what role models I could take inspiration and learn from. And then that's when I came across YouTube. So I'd search up things online, and then I'd come across other creators that were pushing out content that I resonated with. So I just thought to myself, what if I could be that person for somebody else? Years ago, really nearing the end of high school, I really wanted to open up my mind and get into self-development and everything along those lines. That's when I started coming across those people. And over the past few years, they've helped me out a lot. I don't know where I'd be if I didn't watch some of the YouTube videos I've watched. They've really helped me take accountability and expand my mind. And I wanted to say thanks to those YouTubers. They don't really know who I am. I'm just another viewer, but it really inspired me to get started on this YouTube stuff as well. Because what if I could be that person for somebody else? They watch one of my videos and it just unlocks something in their head, and it pushes them to take action or make more out of their own lives. Take accountability, like I said before, because at the end of the day, no one's really going to save you, and you've just got to make things happen yourself. And the first step is acknowledging that, and then you can get started on that journey from there. For me, I'll list a few YouTubers that I would say were the most influential for me. Number one is definitely Wes Watson. He's an ex-convict. He was in prison for, I believe, 10 years. And long story short, he turned his life around for the better. And he's sharing all the, life experience, the knowledge and the lessons he's learned across his real interesting life to help other people just live better, live to higher standards, not only for themselves, but then for the people around them as well, for their family, for their friends, things like that. He is quite direct with his videos and the way he's talked, but I think it's really good. And I reckon that's one of the reasons that I like him as a person and his content as well, because he doesn't really sugarcoat things, which a lot of people do. So I would like to say a big thank you to him and everything he's done. And hopping on one of his coaching programs as well is something I've definitely got on my mind, and something I want to consider doing pretty soon. Next up is probably Steph is Cold. Steph is Cold is another good one. He is also from America as well, but he was closer to my age. I think when I started watching him, he was around 22, and now I'd say mid-20s. So it's nice having that kind of bridge where Wes Watson now, he's I think he just hit 40. It was his 40th birthday not too long ago. And then having that gap from 40 to about Steph maybe is 25, I'm not too sure. So it's nice watching someone that's a bit more relatable, because he's earlier on in that journey, and closer to where I am at right now compared to Wes Watson, for example. After that, I'd probably say Rich Cooper. He is the man behind Entrepreneurs in Cars. He is really into Doesn't really matter if I swear this far into the video, does it? Basically, all these guys, what they preach is not being a bitch. If you're a man, you should be a man, and you should be the best man that you can be. So that's something Wes, that's something Steph, that's something that Rich, they all have in common. Taking full responsibility for your life as a man, and then doing everything in your power to become that better man as well. And once again, it's not just for yourself, it's so you can better provide for the people you care about. It's so you can leave this planet knowing that you gave it your all, and you didn't let life kind of just push you around, but you took full advantage of it. You showed appreciation for the world around you, and you made stuff happen, didn't sit idly by. That's 3 there. So far I've said Wes, Steph, and Richard. I'll see if I can think of the next one as well. Those 3 there are definitely the most influential that come to mind. And I'll also mention people like, who else? MJ Get Right. He's another American guy. Similar content to Steph is Cold. It covers being a man, just navigating the whole space. And then Mike Thurston. Mike Thurston is another one as well. But that's more catered towards lifestyle and fitness and business content. But it's really cool seeing his journey, his progress as well, because at first he was back when he was in, where was he? I'm not sure if it was London, but he was in the UK. And then he moved to Dubai, and seeing his whole content shift and his lifestyle changes and how he's just elevated himself over time, it's really cool. And I think his physique's pretty mental. People debate whether it's natural or not. To be honest, I don't really care if it's natural or not. And I do think it's possible. People don't realize, I think people don't give enough credit to people that are extremely hardworking. He's been in the gym, I don't know how long, let's just say, I think it's around 14, 16 years. If you've been in the gym that long and you've been extremely consistent that long, most of the time, and you have good genetics, and you have a pump, I don't know why people find it so hard to believe that you would look absolutely mental in some photos. I do understand why some people say he's not natural, because his physique's pretty fucked. But at the same time, it's just like the work's been put in kind of thing. I'm not here to debate on that. And to be honest, I don't care whether or not. But I do think he's natural. But went kind of off topic there. I'll quickly see what other people come to mind. More recently, Alex Hormozy and Layla, his wife. Their life and business content is actually very interesting to listen to. The entrepreneurship side of things and their journey as well. They are also fairly straight to the point. They don't necessarily sugarcoat things, which I think is really good as well. And they really push you to walk the talk kind of thing. Don't say all these things you're going to do, but just actually do it and prove it with the results you put in as well. Most of the people I've covered, it comes back to, I think, personal and business development is like a common theme across the different people that I've mentioned in the video so far. And every single one of them, I've taken pieces of information from and then applied it into my own life just so I could live and just make things really happen for myself. So they were the role models that I looked up to when I didn't have the role models around me growing up that I could learn from or take all that life experience and life advice from to push myself and grow in a positive direction. These were the people that I looked up to. And I'm aware that people say you are like the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with. And I'm usually pretty reserved and introverted. I don't really go out a lot. So I'll try to surround myself with these people, with their content. So it's like they were the 5 people that I was being influenced by the most, if that makes sense. And I suggest that maybe if you are unable to change your environment that you're in right now, just try soaking up information from people online that are people that you admire, or there's something about their lifestyle and what they've achieved that really speaks to you, and then listen to what they have to say. Another person to mention that I really like their personality and content from as well is actually Joe Delaney. He's also friends with Mike Thurston and Rob Lipset and all of them, because he's from the UK as well. And his content's very different compared to everyone else I've mentioned. It's more like low-key, and it's documenting his... regular is not the word I would use. It's documenting his lifestyle, but his lifestyle, I think, compared to everyone else, it's more realistic, I think. And his content's more about just working hard, but then also living life in each moment at a time as well, which I think is really cool. And the cool thing about watching all these YouTubers over time is that you see them grow. That's also something with Wes Watson as well. I started watching him not long after he came out of prison, and I've watched this journey becoming the person he is now, growing his following and his influence, helping people change their lives, and then also his success in that time financially as well. So it's cool seeing the real-time progress and evidence that it is working, rather than people just saying that they're all this. Through his videos and Instagram, his stories, every single day, the reels constantly, you see it is a true reflection of all that he's achieved. And it's inspiring. I won't overcomplicate it. It's very inspiring. And I'd just like to say thanks to all these different YouTubers I've mentioned. Thanks for all that they have done for me and that they still do for me, even though they don't know I exist. But I don't think I'd be in the same position I am now in, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, if I didn't come across their content. So if I could be that person for some of you guys, I know it's still early days on this YouTube thing. I'm still learning how to speak on camera and how to convey my thoughts in a way that's, connects with you guys. I understand my speech isn't completely flowy at times, but I just want to say thank you for joining me on this journey so far, even though it's early days. And I do hope if you come across at least one of my videos that there's one piece of information you can take away from it to positively influence or make a good change in your life. That'd be awesome. If you could just take one thing away, that'd be cool. And while I'm on the topic, my mind's everywhere right now. While I've just mentioned that, taking just one piece away, this reminds me of when I used to make other YouTube videos for completely unrelated to this. When I was younger, I had like a YouTube music promotion channel where I'd just share songs I'd like with visuals and stuff like that. And it wouldn't get a lot of views. But I told myself back then, if I just got one like on a video, then it was worth it. Because that means somebody that watched that video found enough value or took away enough enjoyment from it that they liked it. And so I'm not quite sure how to say this, but if I know that what I've made or put out there has had a positive effect on even just one person, then it's worth it. That's it. I'm going to cut the video there. Thank you guys for tuning in to this blabber session yet again. I'll see you guys in the next one. I just remembered I've got to record another video today. So peace. I'll see you soon.